across the vast plains of the old American West. Before highways and supermarkets, before fast food and frozen dinners, there were kitchens that smelled of wood smoke and strong coffee, of bread baking in cast iron, and of hands that worked harder than any machine ever could. Life on the ranch was raw, rugged, and real. Food wasn't about flavor trends or fancy recipes. It was about survival, about love, and about using every last scrap the land could provide. Yet somehow, out of that struggle, came meals so honest and satisfying that they've never truly disappeared, only been forgotten. Hidden away in the pages of brittle old cookbooks scribbled in fading ink by women who cooked for entire ranch crews and men who lived by the firelight lie. Recipes that tell the story of America's backbone, the ranchers, the cowhands, and their families. Today, we turn those pages once again. Rediscovering 25 forgotten rancher foods that you could only find in those old cookbooks, each one carrying the taste of grit, heart, and the endless horizon. The story begins with something sweet, sour cream, dried apple pie. In a world without refrigeration or fresh fruit markets, dried apples were a treasure. Ranch cooks soaked them overnight, plumping them back to life before mixing them with sour cream, sugar, and molasses. When baked, the result was a pie that carried the warmth of home through every tangy bite. It wasn't pretty, but it was loved. And for a family living miles from the nearest town, it was a taste of civilization. Mornings on the ranch were never gentle. Before dawn, when the prairie was still silver with frost, the cook was already up, frying salt pork gravy over biscuits. Salt pork, the old cowboy's bacon, was sliced thick, sizzled in a skillet, and stirred into milk and flour to make a gravy thick enough to hold a spoon upright. It was poured over biscuits, baked in blackened Dutch ovens, each bite heavy, salty, and alive with the flavor of smoke. That breakfast carried men through 12 hours of cattle and dust. By midday, when the sun burned high and the air shimmered like glass, the chuck wagon's fire would be going again. In an iron pot, beans simmered, not just any beans, but chuck wagon beans, with coffee grounds. Cowboys knew that coffee could flavor more than just their cups. A handful of used grounds tossed into the beans deepened the flavor, adding bitterness and depth to a meal that cooked slowly all day long. As the pot bubbled, the smell drifted through camp molasses, chili powder, and that dark whisper of coffee blending into something unforgettable. For bread, they didn't bake soft loaves. They made corn dodges, small, round cakes of cornmeal, salt, and bacon grease, fried or baked until crisp. They were simple, but they lasted for days, and they carried the taste of the fire wherever the cowboy went. Prairie stew was another ranch classic, known in the old books as whatever you have stew. There was no exact recipe. Sometimes beef, sometimes rabbit, sometimes even a bit of wild bird meat found its way in. Everything went into one pot with onions, potatoes, maybe a splash of vinegar if there was any left, and it cooked slow until no one could tell what was what. Only that it was hot, hearty, and tasted like life itself. The women who cooked on these ranches often made pies with lard crusts instead of butter. Butter was rare and precious. Lard was always there. Rendered from pork fat, it made pie crusts flaky, tender, and rich. These pies, apple, vinegar, molasses, were the heart of a Sunday meal, served two tired hands that had earned every crumb. Breakfasts were sacred on the ranch, and nothing spoke of simplicity like skillet fried eggs and bacon fat. No oil, no butter, just the rich sizzle of bacon grease in a hot pan and the smell that made men come running from the barn. With a side of thick coffee and a biscuit dipped in gravy, it was heaven on the prairie. But not every meal was for the faint-hearted. Some old cookbooks, in neat cursive writing, spoke of prairie oysters, a polite name for a cowboy delicacy made from bull testicles. Breaded, fried, and served crisp, they were a symbol of respect for the animal. Waste nothing, honor what you raise. Ranchers laughed, shared stories, and passed the plate, calling it cowboy courage on a dish. In quieter moments, when the sun was low and the day's work done, ranch wives made buttermilk cheese spread. With milk left to curdle naturally, they hung the curds overnight in flour sacks, drained the whey, and mixed the soft cheese with salt and herbs. Spread over hardtack or leftover biscuits, it was creamy, tangy, and comforting. a rare softness in a hard world. From the vaqueros, the Mexican cowhands, came corn-husk tamales, adapted for life on the trail. Instead of masa, ranch cooks used cornmeal mixed with beef drippings, stuffed it with shredded beef or beans, wrapped it in corn husks, and steamed it right in the campfire's coals. The result was smoky, spicy, and utterly satisfying, proof that cultures met and blended around every fire. When supplies ran low, ranchers found creative substitutes. Dandelion coffee, made from roasted roots, replaced the real thing when shipments didn't arrive. It was bitter and earthy, but it was warmth in a cup. Vinegar pie, called mock lemon pie in many old books, was another stroke of genius. Without fruit, cooks used vinegar for tartness, mixed with sugar, butter, and eggs, to create a pie so close to lemon it fooled the tongue. Sweet potato biscuits brought color to the table, orange, soft, and slightly sweet, baked with the earthy richness of the prairie harvest. And when there was leftover meat, ranchers turned it into sun-dried beef, the earliest jerky. Sliced thin, rubbed with salt and pepper, it was dried in the open sun, packed in saddlebags, and carried for days. Each bite was a reminder of home. Deserts were rare, but when they appeared, they mattered. Bread pudding with coffee syrup was a favorite. Stale bread soaked in milk eggs and sugar, baked until golden, then topped with a syrup made from molasses and strong coffee. The smell filled every corner of the ranch house, and for a few minutes, even the toughest cowboy was a boy again. Ketchup stew, born from necessity, was made when tomatoes were scarce. Ketchup, onions, and beef stock were simmered together until the flavors blended into a surprisingly rich sauce. It was simple, but it stretched meat further than anyone thought possible. Pickled eggs in vinegar and pepper-lined glass jars on every counter. They were snacks, lunch, and a preservation trick that lasted months. Prairie greens and fatback brought a taste of the land to the plate. Wild greens boiled down with salted pork fat, turning humble weeds into something delicious. For dinner, buttermilk fried rabbit was a ranch delicacy. Lean rabbit meat, soaked in buttermilk to tenderize it, then dredged in seasoned flour and fried crisp in a cast-iron skillet. A meal fit for Sunday after church or a hard day's work. Rice and raisins breakfast bowls added sweetness to the morning, cooked in milk and sprinkled with cinnamon, simple, filling, and loved by children. For special occasions, Malassa's glazed ham hocks made the table shine, sticky and aromatic, baked slowly until the meat fell from the bone. Vinegar cobbler, sometimes called poor man's peach, mimicked fruit desserts with nothing but vinegar, sugar, and nutmeg. Sorghum syrup drizzle cake, made from thick, dark sorghum, was poured hot over cakes, making every bite rich and smoky. Onion and potato slab pie was the ranch's one-pan wonder. Layers of thin potatoes, onions, and beef fat baked until golden, enough to feed the whole crew for pennies. And finally, there was cowboy coffee cake. No frosting, no sugar, just flour, eggs, bacon, grease, and a handful of raisins. It was baked slow on Sunday mornings, when the chores could wait and silence filled the prairie. Men would sit, sip coffee, and savor something soft in a world made of dust and leather. These meals were more than food. They were stories. Each dish carried the spirit of endurance, of a people who made do with what they had and still found joy in it. Around the campfire, these foods united everyone, the young and the old, the rich ranch owner and the tired hand. The ranch kitchen was a place of memory, where recipes weren't written for fame but for survival. The sour cream pies, the vinegar cobblers, the jars of pickled eggs, they all whispered the same truth. Flavor wasn't tea measured in ingredients but in the life lived to earn it. As the sun sets over an empty prairie and the last embers of a fire fade into the wind, we can almost smell it again. The salt pork frying, the coffee brewing, the biscuits rising. These forgotten rancher foods remind us of a time when people didn't cook to impress, but to live. They remind us that behind every recipe is a hand that worked, a heart that hoped, and a story that deserves to be told. These dishes may be gone from our modern tables, but their spirit lives on in the scent of smoke, in the sound of sizzling pans, and in the pages of those old cookbooks that still wait quietly on dusty shelves holding the taste of a lost America.